Ladies and gentlemen, I am with Miss Kiara, a distinguished graduate of the University of the Witwatersrand. Right, let me defend myself. I did not wake her up. She was adamant that we conduct the interview at 9 a.m. Well, I initiated, however, the decision of the time was her decision, right? It was not a collective decision, it was her decision,
I was up anyway, so it's fine.
right?
Yes.
Okay. So, before we dive into the pool of questions, I would like to commend you on your tenacity. And I actually want you to introduce yourself before we actually dive, like I said.
So I'm Kiara. I'm 23 years old. I'm a Jobo girl, born and raised, but now I'm a Cruiser girl.
Okay.
I did my BSc and my undergrad and postgrad in environmental sciences at BIS. I kind of fell in love with the environmental sector and haven't looked back since.
Right. So, before we actually dive into this whole summary, I want you to start from high school, right? Tell us more about the transition, your university journey, and I actually want to know more about your first year.
So I matriculated in 2020, COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I matriculated then. I went to a private high school, Jewish one specifically. It was very much in a bubble. But high school was good. I really enjoyed it. I had a good group of friends. Yes, and then so it was COVID. Very sad. Didn't have a matric dance.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yeah, but I've survived, so it's fine.
So you did homeschooling?
No, so it was online. Everything was set up virtually. I think because we were in matric, we didn't really have a choice of next year we can fix it. So I think we had to carry on, adapt, do it. And then I started first year in 2021. My first year was actually very sad. It was completely online. Didn't go to varsity at all. Lectures were online. It was a bit of a joke first year for me. I was a part-time university student.
Okay.
So I didn't really make any friends. University was I did other things to occupy me. I started working a bit. I was an au pair. I literally did anything to earn some money because being broke is not fun.
Okay.
And then second year happened. I actually went to Wits for the first time in second year. I went with a few friends, and that was the first time I've been on campus. And then they had started their lectures were online, but lectures were online, but then we had labs and things. So that's when eventually university started, and we met people. I met friends. I made friends. Some of them I'm still friends with, but that's surprising. It hasn't been that long.
Right.
And it was a big thing. But at the end of first year, actually, so my first year was the general BSc, and I actually wasn't going to do a BSc. My first study choice was OT, every basic white girl. Then I didn't get in, unfortunately, and so I did a BSc as my backup. And at the end of first year, I had a decision to make, to specialize in some way, and it was either doing human biology, anatomical sciences, or the environmental route. And basically, what I decided, also spoke to someone, and they were like, "If you do anatomical sciences, you can work in a morgue." And I was like, "Thanks, but no thanks."
Why?
Why? I feel like working with dead bodies on a daily basis might
Right.
be slightly depressing,
Okay.
and that was not my vibe.
But you get used to that, right?
I'm sure you do, but that's not something I
Okay,
wanted
you
to
didn't
get
want
used
that.
to.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And then so it was that, or I kind of thought the environment's the future, it's a big thing at the moment. So that's kind of when I went the environmental side, ecology, that stuff. And I don't regret my decision. I think it was the best decision I made. And it was really cool.
Right. So, have you ever failed a test?
I have failed many tests.
Alright.
University is rough.
Okay.
I think for me personally, I'm not very good at writing tests. I get very anxious, I stress out, and I'm kind of like a last minute.com. But I think it's still part of who I am. Like, I worked really hard, and I don't think tests should define who you are. Like, just because I'm not good at tests doesn't mean I'm not good at like other things. Like, I have my other talents.
What are your talents before you continue?
I was better at in university, like assignments, group projects. I wouldn't say I was good at presentations, but I got a bit better. Yeah, so that's where a lot of my thing is. I was always the loud voice, the annoying person in lectures. Yeah, kind of like not scared to like speak up and say my opinion and my truth. And
what do you mean annoying? You'd always ask questions, or
I'd ask questions, or someone would say something, and I'm like, but no.
So you had friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did have friends.
No, facts.
Oh, facts. Yeah.
Yes.
Some things, and in like, especially like labs specifically, like people would just accept things like as they are, and I'm like, no, this doesn't make sense. Like, you can't just accept what it is.
Okay.
Like, so I was always the annoying one, like bugging my TAs and that. But I think because I was nice, it benefited me. And yeah, in labs, like also I did really well. I worked efficiently, did what I could. Yeah, so that was really fun. But yeah, so I was very loud, and the like people were probably like, oh, this girl's talking again. But like, you move past it.
Okay. So what is the best study tip that you could actually share with everyone?
For me, what worked best is actually writing everything out. Like physically writing everything and rewriting it to like get it in your brain. So I decided at the beginning of first year or second year, I was like, I'm going to be an iPad girly. I saved up, I worked really hard, and I bought myself an iPad. And I had the prettiest notes ever. I was so proud of them.
Pretty notes?
They looked beautiful.
How? Like colorful? They were colorful?
They were colorful, and they had pictures, and the writing was perfect. But then I realized that my notes were pretty, but I knew none of the information in them. And then one of my good friends actually today, he was doing his PhD, and
that's nice.
He kind of helped me study. I got to the point where I was like, okay, I need help, like I'm not doing what I should. So he like helped me, he tutored me, kind of got me to start thinking a bit more critically, like how to tackle questions, how to study, and that really was a game changer. I'm so grateful for him. He is the reason I think I passed my honours. Shout out to you, Jonathan.
All right, great. I'm sure he's gonna see this. You must tell him, right?
I will.
He must watch this.
Yeah, he knows.
So he knows. Oh, he knows.
Well, he doesn't know about the interview, but he knows that he's the reason I passed honours.
Yeah, but he should know that you appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
You're right. Okay. Great.
And yeah, it kind of helped me a lot. Also got in third year, kind of had the realization that my marks weren't where they should be. They need to be a lot higher, especially if I wanted to get into honours. And I like
higher? What's higher?
Like I was just passing, and I was like sick 50%, and then they were like, you need 65 for honours. I was like, oh. Okay. So I like really stepped up. I had to work a lot harder, put in a lot of hours, effort. Yeah, and then
you finally got there.
I got there.
Right.
Finished third year, and then by some miracle I got into honours. And yeah, it was fabulous. Honours was such a fun year. People are always like, it's so stressful. For me, it wasn't. The first block was, but I just had a lot going on. But after the first block, like things were really chilled. Like it was chilled, life was good. Yeah, I really enjoyed my honours year, and it wasn't as time demanding as second year. Also, in block 2, I had 1 course, and in block 3, I had 2 courses, and in block 4, I had 3 courses. So it was kind of like that when I worked on my research project. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think that it is a good idea for one to deactivate their social media platforms before exams?
So I do think so.
Do you do it?
Yes. I did at the beginning of my honours. I decided I was deleting Instagram, TikTok, especially for the first semester, it was very intensive. I had lectures every day. It was a difficult course with the stats, and stats is not my thing. And so I deleted social media, everything, and it really allowed me to focus on university. And when I had big assignments and that, like I eventually did re-download it, but when I had big assignments, I had stuff to focus on. Like Instagram was the first app to go. Never actually re-downloaded TikTok, but yeah, Instagram. So I don't really use my other social medias as much. I spend the majority of my time on Instagram. But then what I did actually in third year, so the girl I used to prepare for, or like do lifts for, she said something to me once about like how on your phone the bright colors and dopamine and like it makes you happy to see it. So I turned off the colors on my phone, and it made it like a very depressing when you look at your phone. So I actually spent less time on my phone. Okay. So that also worked, but definitely the most effective was deleting them. I think sometimes all you want to do is get into bed and scroll on Instagram, but I ended up doom scrolling way too much, so it actually allowed me to focus on university, and I did other things. I started reading a lot more. Yeah, so I think that's a good thing.
So when you deactivate your social media platforms, you obviously you're gonna take a break from studying, right? So what do you do when you take a break?
I landed up reading, spending time with family. So I've got lots of little cousins, 3 of them. So I land up spending a lot of time with them. Or just going out. I used going to gym, believe it or not, back in the day.
Okay. Why are you saying believe it or not?
Because it doesn't look like it. You probably don't believe me.
I do. Okay.
So I went to gym. I had a friend that motivated me to go to gym, and then he left, and then I stopped going to gym because I didn't like going to gym by myself.
It seems like you have a lot of good friends who motivate you to do great things. Yeah, that's good.
That's what I did. Or I just chill. I liked cooking and baking specifically. So I just found other things to do. I still go on like Facebook, Pinterest, that, but it wasn't as entertaining as Instagram.
Oh, so you can cook?
Not well, but I can.
Do you cook for your family or you just cook for yourself?
So before I moved to Kruger, which was in April, I didn't cook ever. Well, I cooked, but like only when I really wanted something. But otherwise, someone else would cook at home. And since I've been here, living by yourself, you have to cook so I don't starve. I do cook, but I like doing like easy meals, meal prep, not a lot of dishes, have my staples. So like meal prep for the week. Yeah.
What's your favorite dish?
It's my new favorite thing. It's like a Mexican bowl kind of. It's got like mince and rice and beans and tomato and corn, and then you add some like sour cream, cheese, and guacamole. Chef's kiss. Or like I just do avo, but it's so good.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I also love rice. Rice is good. Right. So, what actually inspired you to study what you have studied?
So I really did believe that the environment was the future, and I was very lucky. My cousin's husband Brandon, he had done the whole like sustainability thing, and I spoke to him a lot about it, and I spoke to a lot of people actually, like my mom, my family, and I eventually decided that the environmental route was the best thing. I think also when you're studying, it's very broad. You don't actually know what you're going to end up doing. Like, if you had told me a year ago, sorry, you'll be in Kruger this year, I would have laughed in your face.
It would be a big no.
Yeah, I would have been like, you're talking nonsense. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I think that kind of, you don't know where you're going to be, what you're going to end up doing. So, no, it was very cool. And I found a passion for GIS. I did work with that, which is Geographic Information Systems. So it's basically using satellite imagery, all the different kinds, and you can take out a whole lot of data from like a satellite, like an image, without actually having to be in that like place. So last year for my honors project, I looked at like different forests in the Eastern Cape and how they've changed in size over time, which is really cool because you can get so much information from picture, where you can see like, oh, this forest has gotten smaller or it's gotten more like fragmented. So I think it's really cool that you can do so much. And what's so limiting sometimes is that you can't actually get to the places you need to do to get the research. So this way you can get all the information and you don't have to leave your desk. You don't have to leave your home.
Right. So you just said you can get a lot from a picture, right? So how do you analyze a picture?
Well, it depends what you're looking at. So what my research in Honours did. So I was actually collaborating with the Kiara project. This was for them. I looked at the thing and I got told like this is where the forest is. So I basically like outlined where the like forest is. And then once that was done, I basically created like a model of sorts. Well, someone else had given it to me, but I used it. And basically they you like train the like thing that, oh, this area is forest, this is like plantations with monoculture, this is bare land, this is agriculture, this is built up. And it kind of like I did it, and then you have to, the more information you put in, the more information you get out. So I made my model that it was very accurate. Like everything was, I think, over 85% accuracy. And then, yeah, you look at it and be like, okay, from 2000 and 2024, comparing the two, this forest has decreased in size, but why it's decreased, and this is what's taken up space, and that like it's been replaced by, so natural land has been replaced by like plantations, for example. So you can get a lot of information from the thing, and I think it's just the different questions you're asking and different questions or what you want to know.
Oh, that's interesting. So please tell us more about the challenges that you have encountered and how you managed to overcome them.
I think a lot of times, especially in honours, it was really challenging, and I would go to my supervisor and I'm like, this isn't working, please help me, like I'm stuck. And she's like, you got this, Kiara, just do it. And I think my support system was a huge part of that. Like if I didn't have my family and my friends to like guide me, keep me going, telling me like, come on, Kiara, you got this, like, yeah, I think that was thing. And yeah, I think also Jonathan, if I didn't have him, I definitely would not have completed my honours. And yeah, having a really good support system helped. It was huge, and having people like that, even if you don't believe in yourself, that they believed in you and they knew what you could do.
Interesting. Right. So what can you say to somebody who wants to study what you have studied?
Definitely do it. I think the environment's such a big thing. It's a huge problem at the moment. And I think it seems like, especially when I was studying my undergrad, me and my friends were like, oh, we're studying this degree that's like doom. And I am so lucky for the opportunity I've given. So WWF do an internship program, and I applied, and I wasn't actually going to apply. And
sorry, please tell us about the marks before we go there. From high school.
High school?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I got one distinction, but majority of my marks were in my B's, like 70s. Yeah, so I think.
What's the APS?
I've got 41 or 42. Okay.
But then for what you have studied?
I think it was 40 or something.
Oh, okay, 40.
So I think I was a bit of a nerd. Maths was my favorite subject and my best subject.
Oh, you love math?
I used to.
All right, great.
So maths was my thing, and that I think got me into my degree. And because my math mark was very high, and well, it's a subject I got my distinction for.
All right.
And yeah, that really helped. And yeah, I don't think, if I knew half the stuff I knew now, I think I worked stupidly in high school. I didn't know a lot. I thought just putting in the hours would get me the marks, which now I think about it, it doesn't. I made a few decisions in high school that I think I definitely would change. I think one of the things I did is I took science, but I really struggled with it, which is quite weird because I did a BSc. But Science was really difficult. It didn't come naturally to me. I had to spend hours and hours working on it, and it took a lot of my time. And at the end, I was so proud of my science mark, but like it wasn't that good. I ended up getting 62. And for the amount of time and effort I put in it, I think I should have done better. So I think maybe I wouldn't have taken science if I could have redone it, and I would have taken like an easier subject.
Okay, so sorry. So why did you choose this stream? Why did you choose science?
Because in grade 10, when you're deciding, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, I thought I had an idea, and I kind of spoke to my mom about it, and my parents, and it was kind of like science opens a lot of doors, opportunities, and so many times through from grade 10 till matric, I was like, I'm gonna drop science. It was like, no, I came home from my like one exam, and I was like, Mom, I definitely failed that exam. It was so hard, it was horrible. Like, no, and I surprisingly didn't fail. No, so but yeah, I definitely was planning on dropping science, but I didn't. There was a post in my science teacher's classroom that says, you don't drop science, science drops you. And I don't know how, but yeah, it's gotta. And I have persevered, but I definitely think looking back into it now, I think if I had taken an easier subject, for example, I think it could have been more beneficial. Is that science took up majority of my time, so I could have spent more time on my other subjects, probably doing better. I probably could have gotten into, if I hadn't had science, into the degree I wanted to. And yeah, like I don't regret it, but I definitely think would have. I also think there's other subjects, like my brother laughs about it, he's a cat. But I think it's like a useful subject that it's like basic computer skills, like using Excel, Word, all those things. So I feel like an easier subject probably would have gotten things. But at the high school I was at, it was slightly competitive. It was very academic. Everyone like wanted to do the best, and like the amount of people like got like distinctions and 8 distinctions, 9 distinctions. It was insane. So kind of that, where I think looking back into it now, like I don't know, in high school you don't have like, you've only got to prove something to yourself. Like it's hard, and there's a lot of social pressure, there's a lot of other pressures on people. So yeah, I don't think, well, what works for like one person doesn't always work for the other. But I think looking back, yeah, I definitely would have taken easier subjects, probably would have done better, not only in that subject but in all my subjects, because it would have taken up less time. Because the amount of money and time spent on like extra lessons and practicing, like yeah, was huge. So,
okay, so when did you start applying for a job?
Yes, I started applying during honors, looking, because I got to the point like probably halfway through honors where you've got to start looking for a job, or you've got to like know what you're doing the following year. And it was either like getting a job or doing my master's. And I spoke to actually our head of school, and she kind of told me, and I really appreciate what she said, and a lot of people were like, no, she's right, that don't do something because you want to tick the box, do it because you actually want to do it. And I would have done my master's because I needed to, not because I actually wanted to. And it's a lot of dedication, a lot of time, a lot of effort to do something that you're not 100% convinced about. So that was good. So I landed up applying. My cousin's husband sent me a poster saying like WWF every 2 years do an internship program. He applied. He was like, Kiara, apply, like just see what you, just try, like what do you have to lose? And I was like, okay. And I low-key wasn't, not even low-key, high-key, I wasn't going to apply. And I was like, Brandon, I'm not going to get it. Like, please, like, I'm wasting my time. And he's like, Kiara, just apply, do it, like, thing. And I landed up applying. And I didn't hear anything, so I was like, okay, I didn't get it. And my whole plan was that I was going to work this year, find a job, doing something, and yeah. And in December, I got a phone call saying that I had an interview. But I was very lucky. I was in Vietnam in December, and I had to have my interview while I was in Vietnam.
Yes. Oh, you went to Vietnam?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no, it's so cool. 10 out of 10 recommend.
You must tell us more.
So cheap. So cheap.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so I had my interview then, and on the WWF website they were kind of like, if you haven't heard anything by the 15th of Jan, just consider your application unsuccessful. So I was like, okay, 15th of Jan came and went, and I was like, okay, I didn't get it. Kind of like, okay, sucks, but put on your big girl shoes and start looking for a job. And the one morning I was at Pilates, Key Point, and I got a phone call from a random unknown number, and I was like, hello, and they were like, hi, I'm phoning from Sand Parks, and my immediate reaction was, I don't want a wild card, thank you. And they were like, no, we're talking, we're about like the interview, and I was like, yeah, what about it? And they were like, you got the job, and I was in literal shock. So I was like, excuse me? And she was like, no, you got the job. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, no, you got it. And then I got home from gym, from Pilates, and I phoned it, told my mom immediately, and it was so exciting. And then it kind of hit me that like, I'm moving to Skukuza. And yeah.
How did you feel about that, moving to Skukuza?
I was very nervous. It was bittersweet. It was so exciting that like, growing up, my family and I always used to come to Kruger. Oh. And so it was very familiar. But I was like, I don't know. I also had a really bad experience. I went away a few years ago, and I was in an environment I wasn't really happy with, and I got really depressed. But I dealt with it, and I am much better today. And so I was a bit scared. I didn't think I was going to last very long, but I was like, I have to do this. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, like, and it's going to be amazing to put on my CV. So I had probably 3 weeks to sort my life out and pack up everything. And yeah, it was very last minute, and I got my contract excuse me, and I moved here. It was very intense when I moved. I graduated, on the 1st of April, I think. On the 2nd of April, so it was the Wednesday I graduated. The Thursday we drove here. The Friday I started work. And yeah, I've been here for just over 6 months, and I absolutely love it.
So how's the experience so far in the Kruger National Park?
It's been amazing. The work I'm doing is very cool. It's very fun. It's exactly what I study, which I think, as I was mentioning afterwards, like me and my friends, or before, me and my friends were like, okay, we're studying something that's like no jobs. And then I got it, and I'm so grateful because it's exactly what I studied. It's exactly what I want to do. Technically, it's once I had the interview, I was like, this is my dream job. And then I didn't hear anything. And then when I got it, I was like, whoa. So it's been amazing. My mentor is fantastic. Yeah, she's really nice to work with. I've made some good friends here. Yeah, one of my colleagues has been here his whole life, so he introduced me to everyone. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Occasionally I go out and work in the field. I've only been into the field twice, like properly. The first time was doing freshwater stuff. Yes, and I ran into a river because I thought there was a leopard. And I didn't want to get my shoes wet, and someone was like, there's a leopard, and I was like, oh no, I'm out of here.
And then you ran there.
I ran through the river to get to where like the game guard was. So basically when you're in the field, you have to have like, because it's like wild.
Wait, sorry, so you didn't think of the crocodiles?
No.
The hippos? No.
I was like, there's a leopard. Leopard are known for eating humans. No. So then everyone had like moved on, and there were like a few of us like straggling behind. And then they said this, and I was trying to figure out a way to get to like the other side without like wetting my shoes and that. And then someone was like, okay, there's a leopard, let's go. And I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I ran through like the stream or whatever, and then went to where like everyone was and the game guard was. So then I knew I was safe. But like then, oh, he was dead. So luckily when we were in the field though, we didn't see any hippos, and there weren't any crocodiles. But apparently the day before, our freshwater ecologist here, he had stood on a crocodile. So he's good, but so he stood on a crocodile. But surprisingly, I wasn't worried about that. Yeah, but it was a very cool experience. I got a really gross reverse soft tan. Because I took my shoes off and I didn't put sunscreen on, and I like rolled my pants up, and I was walking around barefoot because like in the river.
So you can run to save your life?
Yeah, I told given that there are 2 times I run.
Okay.
If something's chasing me or late. Those are the 2 instances I run.
Other than that, you don't just run.
I don't run for fun. I don't understand people that do it. It's just like, no. Like, not for me. Yeah, my 2 times I run.
But you have to for your health.
I do other things.
Like?
I sleep. That's so important for your health. I go to gym once a year.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
I sometimes go for walks.
Okay.
Something.
How often?
Not often enough. I don't like doing these things by myself. So yes, and my friend, he goes to gym to lift weights, and I'm like, I'm not a weightlifter. So I need someone to walk with. I need like a walking buddy.
So you like walking actually?
I don't mind walking. I think it's good. It's nice. The thing is, it's just a tad warm here, especially at the moment.
Speed walking, right?
I like walking.
Like normal walking?
Yeah, I like it.
Not speed walking.
Like I walk a bit faster than normal walking, but like.
So if you can walk a little bit faster, then you can like try to jog, don't you think?
No. So growing up, I had back problems, and my physio told me running's bad for you. It was bad for my back.
Did the physio say that?
I swear. She said I can run up to 5 kilometers.
Oh, so you can run up to 5 kilometers.
Yes, but I just decided, I don't want to run. So I'm just taking it as she said, no running.
I want to believe you,
Yes. I'll even find the doctor's note for you.
Okay, but then up to 5, right?
Yeah.
So you can like literally try to do 4.5.
I could.
Yeah, so you should do that then.
I should, but I don't want to.
Okay. Okay.
You can convince me of a lot of things. Running is not going to be one of them. I think you'd sooner convince me to come lift weights in the gym with you.
Right? So you're going to come with me?
Sure.
Lift weights?
Yeah, but baby weights.
Baby weights, okay. Baby weights. Okay, right. Okay, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So what's that one thing that you like about the Kruger National Park?
I think especially coming from Joburg, the hustle and bustle of the city, you kind of like go.
Right.
Yeah, like
it's very fast.
It's very fast paced, very intense. Like also if you want to go somewhere, it's like, okay, if I need to get to like Fitz at 10 o'clock today, I need to leave by 9
right.
because I've got
traffic
and walking and everything, and you don't want to be late for like a lecture. So, or you're going from there, then you're going to meet a friend at 11 o'clock, and then you've got a doctor's appointment, or you've got to go to the shops, or you've got to just do a lot. Where here, everything's very chilled, it's quiet, it's like, everything's great. I also don't live very far from work. It's like not even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I can wake up at 6:30, get out of bed at 20 to 7, leave the house at 5 to 7, and still be at work on time. It's fabulous. And if I get stuck in traffic, like something's blocking the road, what am I meant to do?
So, okay, you're going to wake up at 6:30,
Yeah.
get out of bed at 20 to 7. Yeah, you need time to defrost the bed.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person. I've gotten a bit better, but waking up is always a struggle. I also think I forget that because I'm waking up early. I need to go to bed early.
What time do you sleep?
Depends. This week I've been going to bed around 11ish.
And then you wake up at 6:30. Okay, well, that's fair.
Yeah, but ideally I'd like to be asleep by 10. But that's not very realistic. Maybe 10:30 is the latest.
So what do you do? Like you watch series?
I watch series. I've been on Instagram for way too long, but what's really nice about this job specifically, all my work is done on a desktop computer, so I cannot bring my work home with me. So when work is over at like 4 o'clock, work is done. I do not have to work on the weekends. I do not have to work during the day.
You have enough time to complete your tasks.
So I complete my tasks. I come home. Sometimes I nap. I do like household stuff, like boring chores. What else do I do?
Did you say boring chores?
Yeah. It is like folding laundry is not something fun. I'll watch TV shows. I've actually started doing some people's nails occasionally.
Oh, nice. Do
you want me to do your nails?
It's nice that you're doing nails. Yes.
Can I do your nails?
I'm a guy, no.
My one does his nails.
No, okay, but no.
Okay, I'm joking.
I appreciate that, but no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Maybe other things, but
I think
maybe my face. Do you? Okay. No.
I do nails, and then I cook dinner. I shower and I get into bed early, and then it's usually often I'm like phoning my friends and my family, catching up on the day. I speak to my friends once a week, sometimes after university work. I learn I do an online learning program. So I got things to keep me busy, and then I get into bed early, chill. Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of series, what are you currently watching?
I'm watching Grey's Anatomy
on Netflix.
Disney Plus.
Oh, Disney Plus. Do you have Netflix?
I do have Netflix.
Oh.
But I've recently decided to get Disney Plus, and I'm paying for it, so I will be getting my money's worth. It's not a lot, but I'm going to get my money's worth. And I'm cheap, so I download all my stuff at work. And then
the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, their Wi-Fi.
But you have your own Wi-Fi, so
I don't get a lot of Wi-Fi. So I use that Wi-Fi for like important things like Instagram, which I can't pre-download at work, but I pre-download shows and then read.
What do you actually watch on Instagram, like the reels?
Yeah, reels. I get sucked in, doom scrolling. Just see, the thing is, because I don't have anything like assignments or extra things to do, I don't have to like limit it. But we've spoken. I've got a time on Instagram. I'm meant to be allowed on it for 2 hours a day.
Sorry, so you said you don't have things to do. You see, that's why this is a sign. We must go to the gym.
I said I'll come to gym with you.
Right?
Yes.
You promise?
I promise. We can even pinky promise. You don't pinky promise.
I do.
Don't. Yes, I have time to go to the gym. Sometimes I'm just lazy. My biggest thing is after a long day at work, the last thing I feel like doing is going to gym. But I know it's good for me. And
it's good for everyone, not just for you.
Not even like physically, like I think mentally it's also really good.
Yes, correct, yes.
So I do need to start doing it. I wish there was Pilates, yeah.
But that one is good.
Yeah.
Alright?
Yeah.
Yes. You've been there.
Yeah.
It's good.
But it's not my favorite.
Yeah, but you can do what you want to do there.
Yes, I know. I need to. I need to start doing it. I've been told I'm lazy. I know I'm lazy. Sometimes I can be lazy. But also sometimes I just need someone to tell me, Kiara, stop being lazy. And yeah.
Kiara, stop being lazy.
I'll come to gym tomorrow, maybe.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.